Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. As always, God is great. God is good, and I can't complain. So, we got a good fight on our hands tonight. We got Tony Harrison, former junior middleweight champion, and we got one of the top contenders in Tim Tszyu, son of former junior welterweight fighter Tszyu. And it's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Now, even though there's no belt on the line with this fight, what is at stake is the future of both fighters. For Tim Tszyu is, if he wins, then he'll be right back in that spot or remain in that spot for a shot at Jermell Charlo and being the number one challenger, the mandatory at in the WBO division. And for, pardon me, not division, but the WBO organization. For Tony Harrison, it'll be a shot at possibly getting a shot at Jermell Charlo for a third time. I don't know how likely that is for him to get a shot again, but that could be what it is. If not, if he wins, he could definitely make some noise with some of the other 154 fighters, and particularly, Fundora, Erickson Lubin, Julian J. Rock. I mean, so, it's some noise to be made, there's some fighters to fight. So the future of both fighters is what's at stake tonight, more than anything. I think Tony Harrison is super motivated, even if he doesn't get that third fight. He said that's all that really matters to him. But I think that he will get some joy out of beating Tim Tszyu tonight, because he's up and coming and he's undefeated, and he's a pressure fighter with some power, and I think he will get a lot out of beating him. I think for Tim Tszyu, he said that Tony Harrison is more skilled than Jermell Charlo. To a certain degree, he is. Boxing skills wise, maybe he is more technically sound than Jermell Charlo. Charlo definitely stronger, has more power. I think Tony Harrison just has better fundamentals, better technique. So I get that. So I think he would love to beat Tony Harrison and then get a shot at Jermell Charlo. So listen, it's going to be a good fight. I think it depends on the game plan, of course. As I said before, I think we already know what Tim Tszyu is going to do. He's a pressure fighter. He comes forward. So for Tony Harrison, you got to pick him off. You got to counter. You got to use your distance. You got to have some defense. You got to make him pay. You got to counter even when he doesn't throw a shot. You got to counter when he throws a fake. If he throws a feint, you got to counter. Boom. You got to make him stay back. You got to make him realize that he can't just come in. Tony Harrison has good reach. He has good pop, good jab. I think he can make it a real good fight. I think he can stay off the rope. That's another thing. I think he needs to stay off them ropes and keep it in the middle. And I think the fight is his. But I think if he starts to go backwards and he gets on them ropes, Tim Tszyu is going to have a field day. So we'll see what happens. Looking forward to it. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24, pardon me. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. Let me know your prediction for the night, who you like, who you don't like. And we'll talk about it, all right? After the fight, I'll be back on here with the analysis of the winner and how the fight went, and even the loser and what they did wrong. All right, what they could have done better, whoever that is. Peace and blessings, y'all.